They say there's a new generation. The crystal children have opalescent auras with beautiful multicolors and pastel hues. This generation also shows a fascination for crystals and rocks. The question is, will this generation be challenged just as the generations before? Will they have the same issues, questions, and discoveries? Will they search for passion and ecstasy as they have before? So I went on a search for the latest trends of the crystal generation, and I found pelvic floor physical therapist Rachel Gelman.
There's a lot out there about putting things in your vagina as a way to, cause like some sort of spiritual healing.
Yes, let's talk about this, because I have some girlfriends who've been telling me about this, about a crystal that you can stick in your vagina.
Yeah, and I mean, I always am like, I always feel odd telling people, because obviously if you're talking about from like a spiritual, like that part of things, I don't feel like I can comment on that. But from like a pelvic health standpoint or a medical standpoint, probably shouldn't be putting something in your vagina as a way to like, that doesn't need to be there.
I suppose most of you have seen a crystal at one time or another, probably in a natural history museum or in a chemical bottle. Here's an unusually big crystal, dug out of a clay pit in Brazil.
The whole 50 Shades situation brought in this idea of like putting metal balls up in your vagina and walking around. I mean, your vagina already is, your pelvic floor is already going to be holding up. That's the male pelvis, sorry. The pelvic floor is already going to be holding up all your organs. There's a lot of weight that it already has to carry. It's already doing a lot of job, and these muscles aren't that big. So when you're putting weighted objects in there, you're just adding more for these little muscles to have to carry. And it's kind of not very nice to your poor pelvic floor. So if we're talking about from like a spiritual or like something for like sexual pleasure, I'd err on the side of caution. But if you're talking about like, I feel like I need to strengthen these muscles, they're already pretty strong. They pack a punch for being so small. So I think that's something I hear a lot. It's like, should I be buying these crystals? Should I buy these devices? And I'm like, especially because depending on the crystal, sometimes they're hard to clean. They can harbor bacteria, can increase the risk of infection. So I'm always like, I'd be really cautious about what you're buying online or wherever you're going to purchase one of these crystal objects.
Yeah, I don't know where you'd buy. I think I went to a Gem and Mineral show and I saw some objects that look like that.
They definitely are a thing, and I get asked. I definitely get messaged about it often.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! So this is a trend now.
It's
Ladies
a trend.
are sticking crystals in their vulvos, but I can say the JJs.
Yeah,
the JJs.
Yeah.
You're getting crystal power.
Yeah. Which I'm like, I don't know if there's any research on the actual healing crystal power, but I can say that there's definitely, evidence of how they can harbor bacteria and not be the best thing.
Yeah. I work with
vagina.
psychics, and I don't think that they recommend sticking crystals in your JJ either.